You're watching Fox 9 Good Day.
All right, 9:13, welcome back. It is time, it's that time of day. A little caffeine jolt, right? From cappuccinos to Americanos. There are so many ways to serve up a cup of coffee.
Well, today we're learning about a locally roasted coffee for a cause. Kym Jolstad launched Kathie's Coffee during the pandemic as a way to honor her mom, Kathie, not coffee, and donate money to cancer research. This weekend, Kym is helping with a big fundraiser for pancreatic cancer research.
And yeah, we're going to learn more about the upcoming walk over a cup of coffee this morning. Kym joins us in the studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And you know, anytime you walk in here with coffee, you instantly become
happy.
very popular.
You're our best friend.
Let's talk about your business and what inspired you. Why did you decide to start a coffee business?
So my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and I looked up the walk, which we are doing this weekend. I was very familiar with doing the walk because I did the MS walk. My dad had MS for 30 years. And so I started doing the walk, and it was very significant. And it was a lot of people, you know, a lot of money raised. When I looked up the walk for pancreatic cancer, I was like, well, there's not that many people, and there's not that much money that was being raised at the time. And so I thought over a few months and brainstormed with my friends and was walking with my dog with a cup of coffee, January 9th, and I was like, okay, Kathie's Coffee. She loved coffee. She built her relationships and her community over coffee. And so that day, 90 minutes later, on the phone, making calls, and by noon that day, I actually had some bids, and my group of personal training friends committed to like helping, and within 3 months, I had actually a bag of coffee roasted.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Ready to go.
I want to know, I read a little bit about your mom. She seems like a social butterfly, a strong, warm, wonderful woman. Can you tell us a little bit more about her?
She was very solid. She started working at a credit union when she was 17.
What?
And she retired from there. So she was there 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she was very social. She always took coffee breaks. And she was very social with her work people, so they loved her. And the coffee, I don't know why it didn't come to me sooner, because it was kind of like a no-brainer. But yeah, so on weekends she would be with her friends socializing and having coffee and pie, and it was her world. And she always would go visit, with myself included, to my grandmother's on Saturday mornings, and we would actually have coffee and watch fashion shows. So.
Well, maybe it came to you at the absolute right time. And you were also seeing that there was a need. There wasn't really enough people understanding pancreatic cancer, and it needed to shine more light on what needs to be done as far as research.
Yep. That was a big thing, because when I read about it, I realized that there wasn't a lot that was being, like, raising awareness. And again, the walk is great, and it's exciting to think about one event with everybody across the country. There'll be 60 cities that will have this event tomorrow, which is exciting. But I think that just overall, throughout the year, there needs to be more awareness and more talking about it, and just coming together over cups of coffee, which she did, and she built, like I said, her relationship in her community. And I just feel like it has brought so many relationships, and for me, I'm just in the thick of it, so I get to hear all these stories, and we'll have 40 survivors tomorrow, which is exciting, which is a huge, I think about it, and I think 40 survivors, we will get to talk to 40 survivors tomorrow, which is big, because we know that with pancreatic cancer, that's why it was not very, you know, it's not.
Diagnosis is difficult.
The diagnosis is a challenging cancer.
Yeah,
sure.
If someone who's watching, maybe as a family member or friend who's recently been diagnosed, is there anything that you've learned that you can shed some wisdom?
Yeah,
for
so
anyone?
PanCAN is who I donate to. So from our bags of coffee, it's $15 for a bag, and $3 I send to PanCAN. And if you go to PanCAN and you look up their organization, which is the biggest organization that supports family and patients and research, if you look at PanCAN's, their site, you reach out, and they will send you all this information, this educational information. They'll have support. They have phenomenal services, and then also, again, I donate to them because they do research. So the more people that we can get into trials, the better, right? So that we learn more about pancreatic cancer.
And since the company started in 2020, you've donated, we understand, $13,000.
$13,000.
Bravo.
PanCAN.
Thank you.
We want to find out more about the Purple Stride Walk this weekend at Como Park. Give us a little insight into what that's
Purple
going to be.
Stride, we're going to have a 2.7-mile walk, now that it has changed from Harriet Island. So just note that it's changed from Harriet Island because it's a little underwater to,
Who's that?
to Como Park. So we will have a 2.7 around. It's beautiful. It's around Como Lake, and then we also have a 10-mile bike. So when you get there at 8:30, the village opens. So I'm excited about this. We have a boombox truck, which, please, I mean, if you haven't seen the boombox truck, you need to see the boombox truck. It is so cool. It is so cool. So we'll kick off 8:30 with the boombox truck and food truck. So we'll have a waffle truck and a German sausage truck, and then we'll have face painting. We'll have just a bunch of energy to go 8:30 to 9:30. 9:30 to 10, we're actually going to have a ceremony. So we'll talk with the survivor. We'll be there. We'll learn a little bit more about all of the fundraising, and then at 10 o'clock, everybody will go and do their thing. But at 10:45, as they come back, we'll have Mike Buston, who is a phenomenal, literally phenomenal singer. So he'll be there 10:45 to 12 o'clock. And then at 12 o'clock, we'll wrap.
And people can still sign up. Don't bring your pets.
Don't bring your pets.
It's not a zoo. Don't bring your pets. Before we get going, you brewed some coffee.
I know. Do you want some coffee?
That we want to be friends with anyone who brings coffee.
Well, yes, and you need to tell me how amazing this coffee is.
Of course I will. Here,
tell us about how you came up with this brew by working with a local brew man, right?
Yeah, Brett Strew. He's amazing.
Cheers.
Oh, where's my cup?
Oh, yeah, you gotta get
Wait, I gotta wait. I'm sorry, that was just
I got the
brew,
big. I got the big one.
For a while.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna be up all day and all night.
Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
There we go.
Cheers.
To the walk.
And where can people, if they, while I try this, where can they get this? If they can't come to the walk, where can they purchase
So
coffee?
online. So you can purchase online. We also actually have our coffee for sale at Minnesota Makers in Excelsior and Robbinsdale. So you can purchase it in Excelsior, Robbinsdale. You can always purchase it online. I'm the one who gets to send it and ship it, and we've shipped to 42 states so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
even
a
in
lot.
Alaska, they're drinking Kathie's coffee.
That's cool.
That's fantastic.
That is gonna be cool.
So the local roaster, Brett Strew, he was amazing. I was introduced to him from Greg from Rustica. He met with me and he said, "Oh, meet my roaster," and it was literally like 2 weeks after I met him, we just had this amazing conversation and cupping. So we did a cupping, which we got to taste all different coffees. And then after that, he was the one who said, okay, 2 weeks later came and he's like, I've got your roast, which is Costa Rican, Guatemalan, and Ethiopian. So it's a very special
We
blend.
don't need to tell you this, but your
good
mom would
mix.
be really proud. This is very amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Kym.
Thank you.
The Purple Stride Walk to raise money for pancreatic cancer is coming up Saturday at Como Park. And to register, or if you want to donate, you can visit pancan.org.